The quest for the cup continues as the orange and blue make it to the Final Four. FC Cincinnati is in the semifinals of the U.S. Open Cup for the second time in their history, their first as an MLS club. And don't worry, the fortress is still intact. The historic run in MLS continues as FC Cincinnati won their 6th straight against the Chicago Fire last Saturday. Undefeated in 12 straight matches, no signs of letting up. Cincinnati, here we go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Caleb No. He is Tom Galerder. Tommy G, welcome back to the show. This is FC Cincinnati Weekly. Tommy, the wins just keep on coming for FC Cincinnati.
They do. I'm going to start calling Pat Noonan DJ Khaled here soon because all he does is win,
all he does is
win. Another one every week for FC Cincinnati. Doesn't matter the competition, Major League Soccer, U.S. Open Cup, whatever it is, the orange and blue, racking up wins 15 now across all competitions. A couple more gritty ones for FC Cincinnati, and they find a way every time they take the pitch.
Yeah, one goal, 2 goals, whatever. It's nice
whatever
to
they
see
need.
A couple of 2-goal wins there, but whatever, they keep getting points. Let's talk about one that doesn't matter in the points standings. U.S. Open Cup match Tuesday night. The story early on was Pittsburgh playing tough, hanging with FC Cincinnati. The officials, though, also tough on FC Cincinnati. Several calls that had fans kind of shaking their heads, and 3 yellow cards for FC Cincinnati in the first half.
Yeah, I thought there were some, maybe we could call them unnecessary yellow cards in the first half of the Open Cup match, but we knew that Bob Lilly's team was going to come in and give FC Cincinnati fits. Look, they are a well-coached team. They will play a defensive brand of soccer, and for 45 minutes they were hanging around very much in the match.
All right, let's go to the game, to the goals here. Great pass by Luciano Acosta to Brandon Vasquez. Brandon maybe appeared to be offside, maybe even Don Badji too.
Yeah,
no VAR.
Don Badji was offside. Yeah, and there was no VAR. They didn't have a camera angle that could show it, so it didn't matter. But the assistant referee didn't think that Don Badji touched it. Now, look, did he make a play on it? It doesn't really matter. How many of these breaks have gone against FC Cincinnati over the years?
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you're going to get one in your favor. Okay, they got one here. Is it unlucky for Pittsburgh? Sure. But FC Cincinnati were the better team. This ends up not being the game-winning goal. And FC Cincinnati wins this match one way or another, even if this one gets waved off. But Brandon Vasquez opens it up, and yes, to be fair, it very much opens the game, and then we have the corner kick and the goal of the year. I've seen these two Argentines practice this over and over the day before matches in training, and a rocket, a golazo from Alvaro Barreal with his dad in the stands. Once again, number 31 put on a show in the most spectacular way.
My question is this, and it's not a competition, but if that's not the goal of the year, what is?
I don't. And maybe his goal, a week earlier in New York City?
I mean, that was
because
great
that
too.
was pretty great from Alvaro.
This is going to be up there with some of the best goals in ML, even though it's not an MLS
Major League
game,
Soccer. But look, in let's call it North America, right? In North American soccer for 2023, if this isn't the goal of the year, I can't wait to see what is.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been some good ones. There's been some bicycle kicks and whatnot. But man.
The ability to hit that ball, and then the exclamation point on another corner kick, and it's Barreal setting this one up. Santi Arias, his first goal in orange and blue across all competitions. A guy who's maybe starting to find some form. Watch out if he is. And was great to see a third goal and great to see him get on the board.
Yeah, Pittsburgh was able to get one of their own and make it 3-1 late. Only 5 minutes of stoppage time, but 2 goals in those 5 minutes of stoppage time. FC Cincinnati beats Pittsburgh 3-1. After the game, Coach Noonan had to smile thinking about that Alvaro Barreal goal.
It was better than other goals we've seen. Wonderful finish. You know, you see just the talent that this kid has, and it's been on display in so many different ways on both sides of the ball. But you can see we've now structured certain parts of our game around putting him in position to make plays. And tonight he scored an excellent goal with the right delivery.
Not only is that a phenomenal, terrific touch, he was outside the 18 there.
Yeah.
Alvaro Barreal has 3 goals this season. I can think of them all. How could you forget them? All 3 extraordinary displays of talent, and Alvaro Barreal is quickly becoming a well-known name across the Major League Soccer landscape.
Yeah, rightfully so. He has found himself in a big, big way. Remember, he came in as a winger. He's supposed to be a winger on this team when he was signed, and at the beginning of last year didn't really have a role. He's learned that left wing-back role, and he has flourished under Pat Noonan.
Yes, he has. Let's take a look at the U.S. Open Cup bracket and who's next on the schedule and when those will happen. Inter Miami beat Birmingham Legion FC of the USL Wednesday night and also advanced to the semifinals, so they will play FC Cincinnati on Wednesday, August 23rd. There was a draw to determine who will host the next round, and FC Cincinnati's ball was picked. So TQL Stadium will host the semifinal with Miami on August 23rd. That means we might see Lionel Messi on the pitch at TQL Stadium August 23rd. The superstar announcing this week he will be joining Inter Miami later this summer. Not sure yet when he will start playing. So there should be a lot of excitement surrounding that match. Ticket information will be released later this summer, so sit tight. Season ticket holders will be given priority to buy their seats, and next in line will be people with a down payment on next year's season tickets. On the other side of the bracket, Houston defeated Chicago, and Real Salt Lake beat LA Galaxy. Their semifinal match between Houston and Salt Lake will also be played later that night on August 23rd. All right, now FC Cincinnati did have an MLS game since our last show. They continued their historic pace in MLS play, a sixth straight win in league play. The Chicago Fire, they came to TQL Stadium this past Saturday. It was a game where FC Cincinnati held the ball a lot in the early goings. Not a single shot on goal for either team in the first 45 minutes. Kimi Ordonez got his second start in MLS play this season. I mentioned no shots in the first half. There was only one shot on goal the entire game. Yeah,
it was kind of a strange game. There was rotation in the lineup. After all of these matches in a 3-week period, there were some guys that needed to not start. Dambaji, Brandon Vasquez, two of them. Luciano Acosta, of course, starts and just keeps on going and going and going. But FC Cincinnati was looking for opportunities. They were on the hunt. The first half didn't provide a lot, but it started to open up in the second half. But Chicago kept FC Cincinnati on the ropes for quite a while. Yeah, and shots on goal can sometimes be, I don't know, a weird statistic. They had opportunities. Like if you want to look at the number of opportunities they had, man. There were. Look, and there was opportunities where maybe they were a step behind the ball and they didn't get the shot on target, didn't get that opportunity. And then Santi Arias we already talked about the goal of the year for Alvaro Barreal, maybe the pass of the year for Arias to find his captain, Luciano Acosta. And Lucho had to do the work to put it in the net and beat Spencer Ritchie, but he did. And the house shook. TQL Stadium was so loud in that moment. Obviously, this historic pace that FC Cincinnati's on. And in a 0-0 game, Lucho brought them all to their feet, and they were loud and gave him a hero's reception for the game-winning goal. That settle from Lucho Acosta. I mean, we talk so much about his foot skills and what he does with the ball on his foot, whether it's delivering the passes or but everything. That settle there was incredible. Yeah, it was. And just to have the knowledge of how to play it once you settle it, right? To bring that ball down, Santi gives it to him in the perfect position, and Lucho makes something of it. And Spencer Ritchie doesn't have the chance to make the save. He saw it late. He went down. He got a little bit of the ball. He was probably disappointed he didn't get more of it. Former FC Cincinnati man, great guy, but didn't make the save there. And FC Cincinnati gets another win at home, another win in Major League Soccer, their 12th. And look, it was a game that FC Cincinnati had to grind out a little bit, and that's okay. We've talked about that here so far this season. They're almost at that halfway point. They will be after the game against Vancouver, and they continue to find ways. Head coach Pat Noonan continues to marvel at the fantastic play of Luciano Acosta, who we just got done talking about there.
Yeah, I think you saw some experienced players recognizing a space to attack. So with Santi, as he's getting the ball, there was space for him to drive. And in that moment, I think I'm telling Dom and Brandon to move away. He had some space, so can we move some defenders away? But, if you're watching Lucho on the play, the second that Santi gets the ball and starts to advance, he's playing the back shoulder there and had enough. They had a distance from the center back to the widest player there, where he just, his movement was really good to be able to time his run and be in an onside position. But then the next part of it is the touch, being able to face up the defender. And I'm not sure how it went in. I think he got near post maybe, and I don't know if it went through the defender, but that's just the creativity of our captain to make that play. So it was a good goal.
Tommy, correct me if I'm crazy here, but the Chicago Fire has to be thinking, are you kidding me? I know where you're going. They score another goal almost identical. Now, it was the other way around. Acosta was on the receiving end there, but these deep services over the top.
Right.
Involving Lucho Acosta. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it has to be something probably FC Cincinnati's coaching staff figured out in the scout of Chicago that some of that would be available, but it's also the execution of really class players and making plays. But you're right. It was Sergio Santos who was set up in that really cold match. Contrast of matches was 7 degrees air temperature.
That's right.
In the match in Chicago in March, and it was quite steamy on Saturday night for the game. But yeah, and don't forget about in D.C. When Wayne Rooney sent that ball to Lucho in a similar fashion at Audi Field when those two played together for D.C. United. So Lucho's a fantastic player. He's in MVP form, and it's really fun to watch him grow into the season knowing everything that's out there for him.
Sure. Up next for FC Cincinnati, a trip out west, far out west, to take on Vancouver and the Whitecaps. Let's take a look at our match preview brought to you by Tri-State GMC Buick. Vancouver in 6th place in the Western Conference of MLS with 21 points, a +6 goal differential. They've scored as many goals as FC Cincinnati has with 26.
Yeah, look, this is a team that's been up and down, but they've been really good at home. They've only lost at home once this year. So in that stadium, which is a little bit of an awkward one, it's a traditional Canadian football stadium. I won't say American football, but Canadian football stadium. So it's a little bit awkward to be on turf out there. FC Cincinnati's never played there. So first trip to the Pacific Northwest to Vancouver to take on a team. They've only played twice in Major League Soccer, including a draw at TQL Stadium last July. Brian White leading the team with 6 goals so far this season. So look, it's the end of this crazy month of games. They'll then have some days off to get ready for the home match against Toronto FC on June 21st. But FC Cincinnati wants to keep rolling. They want to keep these points coming. So they're going to be looking to get another result. And I think it helps. Vancouver played on Wednesday night in the Canadian Championship. FC Cincinnati played on Tuesday. They traveled yesterday, so they got an extra day, trained earlier today in Vancouver. So an opportunity to go out and check another team off the list of teams they have not defeated in Major League Soccer.
During that time off later on this summer, we'll try to sort through all the footballs. There's football, American football, Canadian football.
Yeah,
we'll try to sort through all those.
Australian rules football.
That's true. That's true. There was a new achievement for FC Cincinnati this week. They reached the top of the power rankings in MLS. You might be thinking, how could FC Cincinnati not have already reached the top of the MLS power rankings until now? Tell me there's a reason for that. The voters really like LAFC.
Well, sure.
With good reason.
And that's okay. LAFC is really good. Kevin and I have talked about it on the air. I've talked to friends about it. I've watched Twitter and people explode and be upset about it. All right, FC Cincinnati, I think, is the best team in Major League Soccer today. Will they be the best team in Major League Soccer come December when MLS Cup happens? I hope so.
Sure.
It'll be amazing, and we're going to have a big old party here in the Queen City if that's the case. But people get caught up in the power rankings. Now they're like, I don't want the pressure of being number one in the power rankings. But LAFC just went to the CONCACAF Champions League final. They lost that 2-legged final. Yeah. They're really good. And LAFC, Seattle, and I think FC Cincinnati are the 3 elite teams in Major League Soccer today. And I'm going to stick to my guns. For my money, the Orange and Blue are the best in Major League Soccer today. I hope that I'm singing that tune for 18 more weeks and then all the way through the playoffs.
I was just getting ready to say, I don't care what graphic they put up on that screen. Right. I want to know about Tommy G's power rankings.
Oh, yeah. My power rankings have FC Cincinnati number 1. There's no question.
You can listen to Tommy, maybe get his weekly power rankings with his partner Kevin McCluskey on the radio, ESPN 1530 during the games, or on iHeartRadio. As always, Tommy, thank you so much.
Oh, pleasure, my friend.
Appreciate you coming out. Come out anytime. Coming up on FC Cincinnati Weekly, Junior Moreno has been a big part of the Orange and Blue's current historic run in MLS play. After the break, we will let you get to know the Venezuelan international a little better.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. If you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Gather together with friends and family. It's Skyline time.
I grew up eating Skyline, so after school, it's nice just to head through the drive-thru and pick up our 3-ways.
It makes me feel excited and happy. If I was given Skyline grades, I'll give him 2 A+.
At Mercy Health, We believe your health care should always revolve around you. So these days, it's not just about how we care for you, it's where. Because whether at our place or yours, or wherever your day takes you, we'll be there with compassionate, personalized care. No matter how the world changes, your health will always be our top priority. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com to find a doctor near you.
Frisch's has been making craveable American classics since 1947, like Frisch's Classic Big Boy and Super Big Boy burgers. Each one piled high with crispy lettuce, crunchy pickles, 2 fresh, never frozen, all beef patties, topped with American cheese and our famous tartar sauce. Oh, the tartar sauce. It doesn't get much better than this, or does it? Try the Big Boy with fries and a drink, or make it a Super Big Boy with fries and a drink. Stop by or order online at Frisch's.com, DoorDash, or Uber Eats. Frisch's, everyone's favorite.
When the FIFA June international window begins this month, Junior Moreno will be playing for his home country, Venezuela. His contributions to the orange and blue obviously being noticed at home and abroad. Of course, we wish him luck representing his country later on this month. Here is our ProLink player profile, Junior Moreno.
Empecé a jugar desde los 5 años, la escuelita de donde yo soy, mi ciudad donde yo soy. La escuela se llama Fundación Atlética San Cristóbal, de Pocho Echenauzi. Cuando creí que iba a ser futbolista, y bueno, creo que desde siempre, creo que mi familia ha sido bastante futbolera, en el cual siempre crecimos con una pelota en los pies, siempre quisimos de Navidad una pelota, unos zapatos de fútbol, entonces creo que creo que desde que tengo uso de razón siempre quise jugar al fútbol. Bueno, creo que la persona más influyente o que ha impactado en mi vida ha sido mi papá, en el cual creo que todo lo que he aprendido, todo lo que todo lo que puedo ser como jugador y como persona, ha sido porque él ha sido mi ejemplo y bueno, creo que él es el que ha impactado todo en mi vida. Bueno, algo que me gusta hacer en Cincinnati, obviamente estar con mi familia, salir con mis hijos a algún parque o a comer. Creo que soy un jugador en el cual quiere que los demás jueguen bien, quiere dársela al que tenga o al que esté en mejor posición para jugar y creo que me considero una persona que ayuda bastante a sus compañeros en el campo.
Cincinnati's back on top. Junior Moreno pokes it by.
Well, TQL Stadium isn't just for match days. It's the perfect backdrop for your next upscale or casual event. Home to 7 different club spaces. There's a perfect spot for any event of 15 or even up to 1,000 plus guests. Complimentary event with stadium tours, a Gary the Mascot visit. That sounds cool. Full service event management, seasonal menu offerings, and on-site AV equipment. Come join us at what was named the best venue of 2022 by the World Football Summit. For more information on availability and booking, contact private events at fccincinnati.com. FC Cincinnati Weekly. We'll be right back.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even,
are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Terrain models.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. If you don't have the right right home insurance coverage? Well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone. When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Welcome back to FC Cincinnati Weekly. The MLS All-Star Game is coming up fast, and you can help choose who makes the squad. Fan voting now open for picking the MLS All-Star team. Just go to FCCincinnati.com and vote for your favorite FC Cincinnati players. The format is this. A team of MLS All-Stars will play Arsenal, the second-place finisher from the Premier League this year, in a game on July 19th that'll be in Washington, D.C. Fans can vote once a day until next Wednesday. That's when fan voting closes. Don't forget to vote for your team captain.
Ladies Lace Up is a great event. It's a pleasure to have it out here at MHTC, our training centre. It really is a look behind the scenes of how we do our daily experience of training the players and where they are every day of the year. And it's just fantastic that some of our most passionate female supporters are able to come out and enjoy what we have here at MHTC.
So it is a all-encompassing event. The ladies will come out, they have dinner, we have a cocktail hour, mingling with our coaching staff, our technical staff here. We have such a great group of people that are working on our soccer side that it's really great to be able to see them out there with our fans at this event. We have a very special warm-up with Phil Keane each year where he brings all of the energy, getting the ladies set for the soccer activities, and then break into different rotations where all of our participants get to work with really all of our first team coaching staff.
It's a great opportunity for our supporters to get to have a really one-on-one question time with our coaching staff. So Pat Noonan was very gracious to give up his time, and we did the chalk talk in the guys' locker room, so it was really cool. It kind of had the feel of a real training day.
It's very fun hearing the feedback from all of the ladies while they're out here and participating. We have some women that get really into it. We have some that are wearing cleats at the event, which is just awesome to see, trying to sneakily show our coaches that they know what they're doing out there, which is just fantastic. We have others that are just learning the game or playing for the first time, all age ranges, 21 and up. So it's really this wonderful mix of people that just love the game for whatever reason, out there learning a little bit more, trying something new, and just having fun with their friends.
I'm just proud that we're able to host this event and it be such a great experience for some of our most passionate fans.
Are you ready to help move medicine forward? CTI-CRC, a local clinical research center, is looking for adults 18 and older to participate in a chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy study. If you've experienced neuropathy with breast, colorectal, or gynecological cancers, you may qualify for this study. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and insurance is not necessary. Qualified participants may be compensated up to $3,175 for their time and trip. Call or visit ctifacts.com to learn more.
When it hurts to move, what often hurts most is the fact that you can't. Because every rebound is calling your name, and every dance should be danced. It's in moments like these that we step in to help you step back off the sidelines. Because it takes two to tango in this life, and you are meant to be the one. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Find an orthopedic doctor at mercy.com/ortho.
When you think banker, you think dress shoes. At First Financial, we think your shoes and walking a mile in them. It's how we put you first, understanding what your business needs to take the next step, or what you need to give your finances a solid footing. Because while banking can happen here, our relationships are made out here. A bank that makes you feel like number one. That's First. First!
Welcome back, everyone, to FC Cincinnati Weekly. The next chance you'll have to see the Orange and Blue in person in Cincinnati is Wednesday, June 21st. Toronto FC, the next victim to come to TQL Stadium and try to knock off Pat Noonan's club. Get your tickets at fccincinnati.com to that game and all FC Cincinnati home games, including those Leagues Cup matches. Another week full of points for FC Cincinnati, and that's the way we like it here on FC Cincinnati Weekly. Thanks so much for joining this week's show. Join us here every Friday night at 7:30 for the most comprehensive coverage of the Orange and Blue you'll find anywhere out there. For Tommy G and the rest of our FC Cincinnati Weekly crew, have a great night and go FCC.
Each other, we help, we keep pushing, we don't stop, we keep pushing. Oh, come on. Come on. Final third. Bocci inside of the penalty area. Fire! Don Bocci has a strike back in Colorado. Barreal will battle the turtle, looking to draw it back. He got past Vasquez. Fell to Bocci. A shot and a goal! Lucho Acosta on the edge of the 18 puts the Orange and Blue on top.
When a drug you're testing might change the world, it doesn't feel like work. When the data might add up to a better life for millions of patients, there's real meaning in crunching the numbers. When a clinical trial signals a safe and effective medical option, you know your work matters. And when you want to work alongside some of the brightest minds in biotech, then MedPace is where you belong. If you want to make a difference tomorrow, join us today. Visit medpace.com/careers.
I'm looking for someone who cares about my needs.
I'm looking for someone who will let me use their charger.
Connections, the dating app exclusively for singles who are in your area for 2 painful hours waiting for their connecting flight.
So, how's that charger working out for you?
Connections. Not necessary for those who live the non-stop life.
Oh, another connection.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even...
Are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on 2023 Terrain models.
Stacy! I'm the sizzle of this promposal. Tonight, sparks are gonna fly.
Kyle?
And while Romeo over here is trying to look cool, things are about to heat up. Uh-oh.
Darn it, Kyle!
And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you can end up paying for this yourself.
Sorry, Mr. Sanchez.
Get Allstate. Be better protected from mayhem, like me. That's a hard